Hello, my name is Ashlee and welcome to my channel. Today, we are going to be talking about Cuomo's crumbling and racist social media strategy. But before we get into that, please like and subscribe and turn on post notifications, all the things to help me grow because that would mean so much to me. So let's get into it. Last night I live reacted to the NYC mayoral debate. Check that out if you haven't. And after the debate, I actually talked about Cuomo's recent AI videos that are ridiculous. But little did I know that during the debate, he didn't post, but his social media team posted an AI video that is so insanely racist that they deleted it, I believe, before the debate was over. So we're going to watch that. We're going to get into Zoran's reaction. We're going to get into Cuomo's reaction to being called out for it. And then I'll show you, then I'll add the clip of me reacting to his other AI video portraying de Blasio and Zoran as Dr. Evil and Mini-Me. Because this is where, I say this all the time, but like this is where our politics are. They're in hell. So Prem Talker posted this yesterday on Twitter, and this is what he said. Andrew Cuomo's campaign just posted and quickly deleted this AI-generated ad depicting criminals for Zoran Mamdani. It features a black man in a keffiyeh shoplifting, an abuser, a trespasser, a trafficker, a drug dealer, and a drunk driver, all declaring support for Zoran Mamdani. Let's watch this because it truly is as insane as I am. As Prem Talker is saying, it's truly insane. This one thing before we watch this. This is definitely a show desperation. He's desperate. This is desperation. I don't know how else to say it. All right, let's watch this, I guess.
Zoran Mamdani's opponents want you to believe he's an inexperienced radical whose policies will make New York City more dangerous. But what do his actual supporters think?
Mamdani isn't crazy.
He's just trying to even the playing field.
Give everyone a fair shot. Sure, he said multiple times we need to defund the police, but that was just a metaphor.
And yes, he did say crime is a social construct, but that was also a metaphor.
His main backer, the Democratic Socialists' ideas are common sense, such as
Decriminalizing misdemeanors, like shoplifting.
Third-degree assault. Trespassing. Prostitution.
And drunk driving.
With plans to decriminalize all drugs, Mamdani will be a job creator for drug dealers.
Instead of helping us homeless get off the streets and into the mental health facilities we need, he wants to give us safe injection sites to do crack and let us sleep in subway carts.
These are actual policies Mamdani and the DSA want to implement on day one.
When a woman's being domestically abused, she finally won't have to deal with some pesky cop to arrest the abuser, but now a social worker to help, kumbaya the situation.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Mamdani is finally lowering jail sentences.
Guilty!
But Mamdani says you're free to go.
Who cares if legalizing prostitution statistically leads to an increase for sex trafficking of women and young girls by 70%?
You can't have safety without equality.
For unlawful abiding citizens like us, globalize the intifada.
I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal.
I'm a criminal.
Yep. I'm a criminal.
For Zoran.
for Zoran Mamdani.
I didn't have a real job until I was 30, but sure, give me the keys to the city. What's the worst that can happen?
Paid for by Cuomo for NYC.
Okay, that was, okay, listen, I watched that not with the sound on. I just kind of like watched it. And wow, oh my God. So first off, what you notice is that he has Zoran in the very beginning eating with his hands. And this is something that going on Twitter, trying to find Prem Talker's post, I saw right-wingers getting upset about. And it's really disgusting just how the just blatant racism is just really disgusting, because that's something that they're like, oh, he eats with his hands. Yeah. Don't we all? Like, they were mad that he was eating rice with his hands. And so that's what they were saying. They were like, oh, that's disgusting. He's disgusting. Bro, you eat pizza with your hands. You eat a sandwich with your hands. You eat wings with your hands. Like, it's just white supremacy is what it is. It's white supremacy. You think that when you eat with your hands, it's okay because it's somehow civilized. But when someone who is brown is eating with their hands, all of a sudden it's disgusting and crazy and oh my God. It's just blatant racism and white supremacy. That's what this is. And this whole ad is so ridiculous to me because a lot of this stuff, he hasn't even said that he's running on. He's just getting it from DSA. So that's why he has to mention DSA in that ad, because Zoran has not run on these things. Like, he's run on a couple of those things, but he has not run on that whole entire platform of what that ad said. That's just what DSA has. That's what DSA has on their website. And so they're just taking things from DSA because he's a DSA member and saying, hey, this is his platform, even though it is not. Now, some of the things that he is running on, which is having social workers come out in domestic situations and mental health situations, which I think is a good idea. It is a good idea. And they're like, it's so funny that, like, it's not funny, but all of these criticisms, all of these lines of attack are literally conservative lines of attack on the Democrats. Like, this is literally, Andrew Cuomo is literally using conservative lines of attack on Zoran. And that's the worst part about this. Like, Zoran is the Democratic nominee. He is the Democrat in this race. But goddamn, Andrew Cuomo acts like a corporate Dem. He's like a personification of a corporate Dem, because he's going after Zoran, who is insanely popular, and he's coming at him from the right. He's using the same right-wing talking points as the conservatives. I'm gonna show you in a second. He's just laughing it up with conservatives. He's laughing it up with them. And so he is a conservative. He's like inherently conservative. And that's why it's so frustrating that all of these Dems like Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer have not endorsed Zoran, and they're gonna keep being like, I think I just saw a clip earlier where Hakeem Jeffries like, well, I haven't seen the debate yet, but we'll see. And I'm like I don't really care anymore. He doesn't need their endorsement. But this is why the Democrats have a lower approval rating. This is why people don't like them. This is why people think they're feckless, because they're willing to sit here and come at Zoran from the right, someone who is extremely popular. They are so unpopular, and now they have a candidate that is extremely popular and everyone loves, and they're going to come at him from the right. They want to destroy him from the right. It's ridiculous. I honestly think that him not having their endorsements is helping him. I think that him being different from people like Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer are what make him so popular. So, speaking of Cuomo essentially being a conservative, he was on a right-wing radio talk show thing this morning. My dad still listens to like morning conservative like talk show radios. It's so funny when I get in the car with him. But anyway, Andrew Cuomo went on this conservative talk show, and what he said was, again, insanely racist. And this is why I got so mad in the debate last night and I get so mad all the time when they hammer Zoran every single day, all the time. They keep hammering him over and over and over again about Palestine and being pro-Palestine. He has, like, no matter what he does, no matter what he says, it's never enough for anyone. And all night, Cuomo kept calling him divisive. Zoran has literally said every single debate, every single time he's been asked this. He has said this a million times, and this is why I got so mad last night at the debate. I was like, I know what his answer is going to be when they ask him these questions, because he said the same thing every time, and it's never enough for anyone. The racism is just coming out of the woodworks. He says, I want to be a mayor for everyone. And then Cuomo goes, you are so divisive. That's literally all it is, because there is no substance to that argument. He is not divisive. He has created a broad coalition. He went from 1% to now likely going to be the winner of this race. This was on the show, and basically this is Cuomo talking to conservative radio host Sid Rosenberg in the morning. So this is what Cuomo says. God forbid another 9/11. Can you imagine Mamdani in that seat? Cuomo asks. He'd be cheering, Rosenberg says. Cuomo paused and chuckled before saying, that's another problem. And so Zoran responded and said, just disgusting. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. I'm going to show you Zoran's reaction to it. Then I'm going to show you Andrew Cuomo's reaction to it. And Andrew Cuomo is just basically saying, oh, I didn't mean Zoran. I meant he hung out with Hassan, who said America deserved 9/11, which obviously means Zoran means that. Last time at the debate when he brought up Hassan, Zoran said, I condemn those statements. And so they keep saying he won't condemn it, he won't do this, he won't do that, but he does. And again, it's never enough for them. It's never enough for them, because it's not about if he condemns it or if he's not. It's just the pure Islamophobia. It's just the pure racism. I'm going to add, he's saying, oh, well, Hassan said it and he went on his show. So is every Muslim the same now? Does every Muslim think the same? Now we're going to watch Zoran's response to this today. And let's see what he says.
So this morning, right before you sat down here, on Sid Rosenberg's radio show, your opponent Andrew Cuomo said this, quote, God forbid another 9/11. Can you imagine Mamdani in the seat, end quote. Rosenberg responded by saying he'd be cheering. Andrew Cuomo said, quote, that's another problem. I want to get your reaction.
This is disgusting. This is Andrew Cuomo's final moments in public life, and he's choosing to spend them making racist attacks on the person who would be the first Muslim to lead this city. And frankly, it's not about me. It's about the fact that there are more than 1 million Muslims who live in New York City. Yes. And to have our faith be smeared and slandered by someone who at one point was considered a leader in the Democratic Party showcases the fact that bigotry and racism is not exclusively a Republican problem. Yes. It is also a problem within our own party. Yes. And it is time that we turn the page on Andrew Cuomo and those that would tolerate this kind of rhetoric from him as well.
Yeah, I can hear the passion and emotion in your voice. It's personal for you.
It is. I mean, it just to describe myself and describe Muslims in this manner, it begs the question of why this kind of rhetoric is acceptable when we're speaking about Muslim New Yorkers. Because all Muslim New Yorkers want is to feel a sense of equality and respect that every New Yorker deserves. And even that is being denied by the former governor.
He's right. Racism is not just on the Republican side. It is also on the Democrat side. And for far too long, we have had to put up with some of the worst corporate Dem candidates. We've had to put up with all of them because, oh, well, you know, everyone else is just not electable. Well, as you can see, Zoran is electable. His policies are electable. His policies are what people want. And so now all these corporate Dems are scared. They're scared because they I don't know if they realize it, but they're becoming obsolete. They're becoming obsolete. And people like Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer are willing to not endorse Zoran and are willing to sit here and Chuck Schumer voted for Cuomo in the primary. He did. I know he did because he wouldn't say who he voted for. And so for him to do that, for him to vote for Cuomo, someone who has been sued for sexual harassment, those women being sexually harassed, apparently is not a red line for Chuck Schumer. That Chuck Schumer is willing to overlook that. And these are supposed to be the Democrats. These are supposed to be the left flank. These are supposed to be the opposition party. Okay, and so this is Cuomo's response to this. And this was earlier at a press conference where Eric Adams was endorsing Cuomo, which is really funny because last night at the debate, the moderators asked all of them would they take a endorsement from Eric Adams. And Zoran said no. And Sliwa said, no, he's a crook. Put him in jail. which was my favorite answer personally. And then Cuomo said yes. And so, well, he got the endorsement. And the funny part is I don't think an Eric Adams endorsement is helpful at all. Like I don't get it, because people also don't like Eric Adams. Most people, I feel, don't like Eric Adams. So to then be someone who is so already unlikable, to then welcome the endorsement and have a press conference with Eric Adams is a wild decision to me, because I just don't get how you think this is going to help you. But here we go. It's just so insane. God.
I'm sorry, say it again.
This morning on the radio, you said, God forbid there's another 9/11. And the co-host said, referring to Mr. Mamdani, he'd be cheering. Your response to that was chuckle and then, well, that's another thing. Mr. Mamdani has said that your comments were Islamophobic and disgusting.
Yeah, everything is out. First of all, I didn't make that comment. There was no co-host. It was a radio show that I was on. I was not the co-host of the radio show.
You said imagine if it happened.
Yes. The host said whatever the host said. All right, that's the host. Go talk to the host.
That doesn't apply when it's Hassan. That doesn't apply when it's Hassan. That doesn't apply when it's something that Hassan Piker, an internet personality, said years ago, that most people probably don't even know, because Hassan's Muslim and because Zoran's Muslim. Well, obviously they think the same thing. Obviously they love 9/11. Just racism, just blatant racism.
About that, I said about 9/11. That's another problem, referring to what I have said repeatedly, which is I have a problem with the fact that Zoran pals around with Hassan Piker, who said...
Yeah, and do you know who's standing right next to you? Eric Adams, who literally palled around with Sneeko, who has denied the Holocaust. So... What? 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 You're standing right next to him. You're not mad at him. You don't care about Eric Adams. You don't care. Okay. So Andrew Cuomo is doing all of this because he is desperate. He is so desperate. And I think it's also ego and not understanding why you, someone who is a Nepo baby, someone who has been governor before, who has the power, can't deal with the fact that there is someone to the left of you that is not a Nepo baby when it comes to politics and governance. Someone who has better ideas, who has ideas that they're actually going to act upon. Someone who is not white. I think it's hard for someone like Andrew Cuomo to deal with that because he thinks that he deserves that seat. The way he was running in the primary was like he was just going to win it without any effort at all. Without any effort at all, that he was just going to win it on his name, which is why it's so funny he's called Zoran a Nepo baby, because Cuomo is the Nepo baby in this race. And he thought that he could go off of his name and that he was just a shoo-in to win in the primary. And he wasn't. And I hope more and more candidates like Zoran pop up, like Kat Abgazala. She's doing really good in her race. She's going to be on the ballot. She's amazing. And so I hope people like that keep running and keep showing a lot of these, keep showing the institution that we're not doing this anymore. We're not doing this flimsy fight back because it obviously hasn't worked. It obviously hasn't worked, okay? They are barely fighting back, and their biggest concern has been fighting Zoran instead. Here's to hoping that he wins, and one day I can move to New York. I've always wanted to move to New York. And now, here's the clip of my live yesterday where I'm watching the other AI video that Cuomo made. So we are going to watch this video because it's hilarious. Something that Andrew Cuomo has been saying recently is that Zoran is a mini de Blasio, okay? That's the like comeback he's been using for the past few debates. So he made an AI video calling that out because he's insane. This is insane. I don't understand how he thinks this is gonna work. Like, I don't get it. Like, people already don't like him, and using AI videos for your campaign, I think, doesn't make people like you anymore. So let's watch this because Cuomo has lost his damn mind. I swear to God. He's lost his damn mind. Okay, so this is the video, and it's quite crazy. Okay. I just don't understand this. Okay.
It's me, de Blasio. You know, New York City's least favorite mayor. Today, I wanted to introduce you to my mini-me Mamdani. Hiya! If you thought my policies were evil, you're gonna frickin' hate this. Sure will, boss! In 2020, I cut $1 billion from the NYPD, which dramatically spiked crime. But I wanted to fund the police entirely! So evil, so unsafe. My mini-me also wants to cut gifted and talented school programs for kids, just like I tried. Until the backlash. There's no such thing as talent. Socialism means we're all equally dumb. Right. And he's even copying my failed rent freeze I tried on millions of units, which ended up plunging the rates of available units and making the housing crunch higher and stop new housing construction, which would actually lower rents. But I'm gonna do the same thing while doing a TikTok dance. And most evil of all, I depoliced sex work, which ended up increasing sex trafficking for women and young girls in New York City. So I'm gonna take it further by decriminalizing prostitution completely!
This shit's insane. Like, that was insane. That was psychotic. And it's so funny because someone right here says, and now he's desperate. This is like it's so insane. It's so insane. This is so insane. I don't understand who decided to do this. You know, he's always like, oh yeah, he's talking about Zoran, and he's like, oh, your little TikTok videos. Bro, you're making AI videos. You know, at least Zoran has creativity and he makes it himself and he does everything himself. Well, not himself. I mean, he has people who work for him, but like, they're not using AI. Like, they're actually making these videos and they're actually putting a lot of effort and thought into these videos, right? You're making this crazy ass AI video that is just weird. 1, cringe. 2, and it doesn't make you look good. Like, it doesn't make you look good. It makes you look insane. It makes, like, you're not talking about anything you're going to do. And that's another thing that Zoran said in the debate. Cuomo's not talking about his policy positions. He's not trying to promote his policy positions. He's not trying to do anything. He's just over here saying, Zoran bad, Zoran bad, Zoran bad. And he doesn't have any kind of policy positions. Typical Democrat at this point, right? This person bad, don't listen to my policy positions. But that's what Cuomo's doing. And he's not talking about what he would do. He's just saying that Zoran is bad. And that's all he's been doing. And so that's what this video does, and in a really weird and creepy way. Like, it's just weird. And the funny thing is like, when he was first running during the primary, he barely put in any effort at all. He put in 0 effort. And so in the general, this is him putting in effort, making an AI video, making them Mr. Evil or whatever the hell. It's Mr. Evil, right? I actually love Austin Powers, so I don't know why I kid Dr. Evil. I'm sorry. I'm like, I actually really love Austin Powers, so I don't know why I couldn't think of it. But it's just like, this is him actually putting an effort. Like, this is him putting an effort, which is so sad.